Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 52nd, the 52nd, as it says up there, Shanty Sessions lockdown broadcast from and on behalf of and by the Rogue Shanty Chorus. Please click share, won't you? Now, the Rogue Shanty Chorus is, and you will know this if you've been along at least once or many more times, an authentic fishing choir based in Lowestoft, which is the most easterly town in the UK. And we celebrate the music of fishermen and seafaring communities. And that means that we sing sea shanties and maritime themed songs, or water adjacent songs, or wet songs. And that's part of a wider creative arts project called the Unique Coastal Cultural and Musical Heritage of Waveney, which celebrates the associated heritage of the fishing industry in North Suffolk. And that is a part of a wider project in itself, which is funded by the People's Health Trust as part of a fund that they have called Active Communities. And we thank them very much, not only for funding our project over the last 18 months, but also supporting us and encouraging us to continue connecting with people online, as we have done for 51 and now 52 episodes. So over to you, Paul.
Yeah, I'm just going to go straight over to a couple of comments, actually. First off is Linda Boyce saying, hi, Stephen, Paul, and everyone. Hello to Linda.
Hey, Boycey. Hi
to Claire Louise Langley, who says, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing okay and well. Now, Tom McQuillan's a nice guy. He joined us on one of our Cuppa and Chats after he watched for the first time. He says, hello, all. Hope everyone is well. And David and Janet Woods, they're watching through YouTube, because you can access this on our Facebook pages, the Rogue Shanty Chorus, the Rogue Shanty Boys, the Voice Cloud, lots of different pages. Or you can watch us there on YouTube, just like David and Janet Woods are doing. They said, hello, everyone. We hope you're all feeling fine. You too. Michelle Gallagher says, pardon?
I said nothing. I just said you too. You too.
Or yeah, YouTube. Good evening, says Michelle Gallagher. And evening, everyone, says Ben Southern. The Drapers are in town. Hi, everyone, they say. Sarah Jordan's gone a bit pirate. She says, ahoy, all you rogues. But she gives it 2 kisses. Carly Franklin says, evening, Stephen, Paul, and everyone. And Jonathan Brindle, our stateside man, says, hello, everyone. Hope all are well. Well, we are well, but we're a little bit cold, because despite having heralded in through these sessions spring and much nicer weather, once again, the great British climate is playing tricks on us and making fools of everybody in this country, because we've been inundated with a little bit of snow, especially in East Coast where we are, and the north, of particularly Scotland. They've had it pretty bad. Anyway, let's talk about some sunnier climates. I'm going to go straight over to a shanty, which is a fantastic song to sing. That's why I want to start with it. It is South Australia. If you have it in your folders, then please go to them, or if you don't, you can have a little look-see at the lyrics on here.
And it will be in 44. That's the number, 44 and a 4. 44, South Australia. But don't worry, because, as Paul said, the lyrics are on screen now, so you're very welcome to just sing along there.
Please do. In South Australia I was born. Well, heave away, haul away. In South Australia round Cape Horn, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. As I walked out one morning fair, well, heave away, haul away. 'Twas there I met Miss Nancy Blair. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. There ain't but one thing grieves my mind. Well, heave away, haul away, to leave Miss Nancy Blair behind. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. Oh, when I sail across the sea, well, heave away, haul away. I know she'll be good to me. We're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king. Heave away, haul away. Heave away, oh, hear me sing. We're bound for South Australia. I rung her all night, I rung her all day. Well, heave away, haul away. I rung her before we sailed away. we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. I shook her up, I shook her down, well heave away, haul away, I shook her round and round and round, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, well heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Oh when we wallop round Cape Horn, well heave away, haul away, you'll wish to God you'd never been born, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Wish I was on Australia's strand, heave away, haul away, with a glass of whiskey in my hand, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Heave away, you rolling king, heave away, haul away, heave away, oh hear me sing, we're bound for South Australia. Well, I hope you're all singing along. It's tricky to do that when the shanty man puts in a couple of extra beats here and there, so apologies for that.
Thank you, I must say. I'm quite like that.
Yeah, keep people on their toes.
I'm a like that. I'm a like that very much.
Good. I'm just going to remind everybody that after these sessions, we go for roughly an hour at the moment. As you know, we start at 7:30. It says so at the bottom of the screen right here. Every Tuesday so far.
Longer, didn't we, Paul?
We did used to go longer, but we've been doing it for over a year now. So 54 weeks. Pardon?
Now we can't manage it quite as long. So we go for an hour and then we hop on over to Zoom. Yes, we do.
Yeah. And when we go on to Zoom, we invite you all to join us. And if you want the details, you can find them on our website, which is www.thevoicecloud.co.uk/Zoom. And you'll find the details there to join our Zoom chat. We chat for roughly half an hour. Anything shanty, or perhaps we get to know each other a little bit better. We may even have a cuppa and a chat coming up at the end of this month.
Do you know what? In fact, we do. And since you so expertly and deftly steered us into the port that was Cuppa and a Chat, I'm going to mention it. And Cuppa and a Chat is something that the organization that Paul and I run, the Voice Cloud, we have been doing roughly on a monthly basis for the last year, funnily enough, since the old Rona came about. And it was just something that we did as a way to keep people connected, to turn up and have a chat, or to have a listen to people, see people's faces. Now and again, we do quizzes, that kind of thing. And we just do it. And it's open for everyone on Zoom. Thursday, the 29th of April is the next one, 2 till 4 p.m. And if you want to join us, please, you'd be very welcome to. We'll make sure that we circulate all the details to do that. So that's different to the Zoom that we're doing tonight. Tonight is a shanty chat, and anyone is welcome, even if you don't have any shanty chat up your sleeve. You're very welcome just to drop in for that 30 minutes post this session at 8:30 till 9 p.m. But anyway, enough about what we're doing that isn't shantified or isn't song based. We're here to give you some shanties, and I'm going to give you a maritime-based song, which is number 52 in your folders. If you have a folder, if you don't have a folder, fret not, because I'm gonna bring it up on screen for you. These are the lyrics, and it's in the Roud Folk Index 111, and it's based on a much earlier song called "The Baffled Night," which was a ballad, but it's been made into a rather upbeat version. The version that we know is, I guess, most aligned to the Kingston Trio, which is, of course, a fantastic version to go with. Let's get them lyrics up. But we sing the English lyrics. There are some very distinctive and definite and different lyrics, as documented by William Main Dorflinger, an American guy of Dutch descent and an ethnomusicologist, folk song collector and archivist. He collected the American words based on field recordings that he made, but ours is more aligned to the English version. Okay, albeit to the American melody as recorded by the recorded and performed by the Kingston Trio. So anyway, this is Blow Your Winds. Tis advertised in Boston, New York and Buffalo, 100 hardy sailors a-whaling for to go, singing blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. They tell you of the clipper ships are running in and out. They say you'll take 500 whales before you're 6 months out, singing blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. Skippers on the after deck are squinting at the sails when up above the lookout spots a mighty school of whales, singing blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. Lower down the boats, my boys, and after him we'll travel, but if you get too near his tail he'll kick you to the devil, singing blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. And now that he is ours, my boys, and after him we'll travel, but if you get too near his tail he'll kick you to the devil, sing blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. When we get home our ship made fast and we get through our sailing, brim and glass around our pass and hang this club a-whaling, singing blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear and blow, boys, blow. Blow your winds a morning, blow your winds I-ho, haul away your running gear, blow, boys, blow. Okay, so Blow Ye Winds, number 52 in the book. That's our book, but in the Roud Folk Index book 101. And I'm going to talk a little bit about some Suffolk traditions or customs or rural practices that I have from this wonderful book, A Suffolk Calendar by Alan Jobson. Now, last week we marked in our live stream Easter because it was prior to Easter. Of course, we rarely have any of our meetings that fall upon a particular kind of calendar date. But I'm going to just go back to Good Friday, and in this book, Suffolk-based custom that observes various things that happen on Good Friday. And Alan Jobson here says, Good Friday witnessed several customs, and the children in Suffolk had a rhyme for it. 1 a penny buns, 2 a penny buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. Now we're getting somewhere. We know this. 1 for the poker, 2 for the tongs, 3 for the dustpan, hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. If your daughters don't like them, give them to your sons, or give them to your sons. And he goes on to say that many farmers would pay their men for this day. They'd pay for the men to work this day, and the farmers were not usually rich by any means at all, just because they were landowners or they leased land. So that was quite a thing, really. It says provide attended church in the morning. Payment was made after the service, usually inside the churchyard itself, and this resulted in many nonconformists attending church, if at no other time. One curious and ancient observance harking back to the times of the wandering friars in the old religion so going back some time in Suffolk, was that of keeping the 5 Fridays in honour of the 5 wounds. An old Suffolk villager in the early years of this century was noticed by a lady visitor to be dressmaking on Good Friday. When asked why she was not observing the occasion, she remarked that it was of no use keeping one Friday if the other 4 were not observed. There was also the Good Friday loaf, which had to be prepared and baked on the morning of that day, and there was then hung up in the kitchen and kept until the next year's loaf replaced it. Yep. That happens in Lidl's these days. It was used medicinally, grated as required into water, and also given as a corrective for diarrhea. There you go. See, all 3 tips. Easter Day, when the graves in the churchyard were decked with primroses, this Suffolk ballad was recited. A good deal of rain on Easter Day gives a crop of good corn, but little good hay. On Easter Sunday be the pudding seen, to which the tansy lends her sober green. If the sun shines on Easter Day, it shines on Whit Sunday likewise. There you go. There you have it. Anyway, back to song. I wonder if Paul's got something, or he's going to chat.
Well, I have. Yeah, but not quite yet, because I can hear people screaming out, "Hey, you heard it, boy!"
Oh.
And what they mean is, what's the Suffolk word or phrase of this week? Now, each week we feature a word or phrase from this book by Edward Moore, published in 1823, which is a fantastic collection of words peculiar to Suffolk in that time, some of which still survive. But without this book, many of them would have been lost forever. And
oh, sorry, go on. No, you carry on. You carry on. I see what you're doing. No. I thought you got it wrong, but you haven't. You're just playing a long game with this, aren't you?
Yeah, I am, yeah. And this week, the featured word is leasty or lesty. Now, I wonder if people could have a guess. Please don't Google this to check. We'd like to know what you think it means. And we'd love to know some crazy answers, some perhaps cheeky answers, some good answers, whatever you think it might mean. Pop it down in our comment section and let us know. There won't be a prize if you get it correct, but it should be a bit of fun, really, shouldn't it? Leasty.
Should be.
Lesty.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
Are you going to do a song, Paul, or shall I?
No, I'm going to do a song. This next one is... talking of cheeky, this one, it really is quite cheeky indeed. It's called Cruising Round Yarmouth. Now, Yarmouth, as in Great Yarmouth, and not Yarmouth of the Isle of Wight. Great Yarmouth is the port town directly to the north of Lowestoft. Lowestoft is the most easterly point in the UK. That's where our Rogue Shanty Chorus is based. But Great Yarmouth is slightly north of that, and I dare say held even more herring in the wonderful days of fishermen. Stephen, you're not sure about that? So please sing along. While cruising round Yarmouth one day for a spree, I met a fair damsel, the wind blowing free. I'm a fast-going clipper, my kind sir, said she. I'm ready for cargo, my hold it is free. Singing Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. What country she came from, I could not tell which, but by her appearance I thought she was Dutch. Her flag wore rich colours, her masthead was low. She was round at the quarter and buff at the bow. Singing Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. I gave her the rope and I took her in. We go. We towed on together till we came to the head. We both towed together through Trafalgar Bay, singing Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. We towed till we came to the house of Expire. We gave her old horse with plenty of ire. I lift up her hatches, found plenty of room, and into her cabin I stuck my jib boom, singing Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. Falderal laddie, right Falderal day. She took me upstairs and her topsails she lowered. In her neat little parlour she soon had me moored. She laid in her foresails, her staysails and all. with her lily white hand on my reef tackle full, singing Falderalade, right Falderalde, Falderalade, right Falderalde. I said, pretty maid, it's time to give o'er. Betwixt wind and water you've run me ashore. My shot locker's empty and powder's all spent. I can't fire a shot for it's choked at the vent, singing Falderalade, right Falderalde, Falderalade, right Falderalde. Here's luck to the gal with the black curly locks. Here's luck to the gal who ran Jack on the rocks. Here's luck to the doctor who eased all his pain. He squared his main yards, he's a cruising again, singing Falderalade, right Falderalde, Falderalade, right Falderalde, singing Falderalade, right Falderalde, Falderalade, right Falderalde.
Lovely. So look, we've got a couple of comments here. First one I'm going to bring up is from Marianne. She says, as with many English, Scottish, Irish towns, we have a Yarmouth here in Canada as well. It's in Nova Scotia. And I think, Marianne, you might know, or you might correct me if I'm wrong, that there might be like some Yarmouth shantymen in Canada. I think I've seen maybe like a YouTube clip. But you might know better, or you might know that that's not the case, and I imagined it. Anyway, so there's another comment here from Dave Vanderbroek. Hello from Virginia. Hello, Dave. From Adam Barnard, Leasty or Lesty, a light onshore breeze, lee wind. He sounds very sure of himself with that, doesn't he? Very sure indeed. I'm not going to indicate whether that's correct or not. In fact, I don't know on this occasion. But let us know what you think if you are not Adam, because Adam has let us know what he thinks. Michelle Gallagher gives 3 claps. Sarah Jordan is, I don't know, is she crying or is she laughing or both? And she says brilliant, yeah, which I agree with. I think I do. Adam Barnard also says Lowestoft has always landed more herring than them duff chokers. Now that sounds like Kevin talking, not Adam. A little bit of nice rivalry there, I think, which is fine. Anyway, so I'm going to do you a song now, and this is Paul. Paul is oh, there you go, Marianne already. She's on it. You're well informed, Stephen. The Yarmouth Shantymen, yeah. And in fact, I say they're a brilliant group. I seem to remember they're great storytellers, and they set the scene well for their wonderful vocals too. So thanks, Marianne. You're quick as well, Marianne, by the way. Anyway, let me think. I'm going to do a song now, and it will be number 2 in your books, which means it's one of our earlier ones, and it's Drop of Nelson's Blood, or We'll Roll the Old Chariot Along, also known in the Round Folk Index under quite a few other titles. And if you want to join in, then you can do. You're very welcome to. You can either do it from your folders, or I'm going to bring the lyrics in so you can do it from there. Now, Paul very deftly tells the story of what this is about when he covers it, and so hopefully you do know that if you've been with us before. If not, it's a great excuse for us to tell you to watch again. You can watch again all of our sessions. Funnily enough, this being the 52nd, we've got 51 previous ones out there. Plus, we've also got the fantastic curated playlist, by Ivan Bunn, the Lowestoft History Sessions. There are, I don't know, quite a few of those as well. And we have put them all into 2 very handy playlists or series. That means you can watch them all back to front across a very boring bank holiday weekend. So you could find out what this song is about, or just have a listen to it and make your own conclusions. But anyway, this is a drop of Nelson's blood. And a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And a drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. and a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm. And a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm. And a plate of Irish stew wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And a good run ashore wouldn't do us any harm. And a good run ashore wouldn't do us any harm. And a good run ashore wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And a big fat bosun wouldn't do any harm. And a big fat bosun wouldn't do us any harm. And a big fat bosun wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And a roll in the clover wouldn't do us any harm. And a roll in the clover wouldn't do us any harm. And a roll in the clover wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And if you wanna do it, don't you do it against the wall. And if you wanna do it, don't you do it against the wall. And if you wanna do it, don't you do it against the wall. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. And a pint from the landlord wouldn't do us any harm. And a pint from the landlord wouldn't do us any harm. And a pint from the landlord wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Come on, we'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along. We'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all hang on behind. So there you have it. We'll roll the old chariot along, a drop of Nelson's blood. Now, supposedly, that pertains to the story that when Nelson was killed in battle, and I always do the joke that I can never remember what battle it was, and then Paul says, well, it was his last one, but when he was killed in battle, the British Navy had an issue because they didn't know how to preserve his body to bring it back. Usually that wasn't an issue, but obviously for Nelson, a war hero, they had to bring him back for the ceremonial burial and various other things. So what did they do? They supposedly popped him in a barrel or a barrel of rum, and wishing to bestow upon themselves some of the greatness of Nelson, some of the courage, some of the verve, some of his wonderful character. It was said that some of the men just drew off a little tot from the tap at the bottom into a cup, and then forever since, rum has been known as a drop of Nelson's blood. A drop of Nelson's blood wouldn't do us any harm. Of course it wouldn't. I'd prefer the Irish stew, I think, or some of the other things there. But anyway, I'm going to pop on over to the the comments here. So Sarah Jordan, love this one. Yeah, me too. Pint and love. Jonathan Brindle, great songs today, my friends. I'll see you next week. Today's crazy here. Everyone stay safe and be well. Thank you, Jonathan. That's very kind of you to say so. And you too, mate. Yeah, you stay safe, you stay well. And hopefully tomorrow is not so crazy, or today is good crazy. Depends what you mean. Is it too much crazy, or is it good crazy? If it's the second, fine. If it's the first, hopefully tomorrow's good and better for you. Marianne, the ladies in the chorus can sing "A Sailor in My Arms Wouldn't Do Me Any Harm." I sang it that way once at a public session and was promptly propositioned by a sailor in the audience. Well, Marianne, they say this. They say it never hurts to advertise, don't they? Maybe it was welcome, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So actually, we have a lady called Glynis, we're beloved, and she's no longer with us. And she used to sing the verse, "If you want to do it, then you do it again, the wall." And she used to sing it along with her cousin Gillian, who also was a member of our chorus. And that verse always brings a smile to my face when we sing it, or whenever I think about it, because I can never not hear them two singing about it. And they usually did it with a very knowing smile or grin or a raised eyebrow. And so yeah, I do enjoy not only singing that, but having our chorus sing it. So I'm hoping it won't be too long before we can again. Okay, so look, I'm going to bring up again one more time this word here, leasty or lacey, and that's from Suffolk Words and Phrases by Edward Moore. Let us know if you haven't. I don't know how many guesses we've had, to be honest, but let us know if you haven't had a guess. What you think that might mean, won't you, please? We'd definitely love to know. I'm just quickly leafing through. I'm going to go a little bit off piste here because there's a song I'd love to do. And the other thing I'd love to mention is that we are not far away now. Just we're halfway through our session, which means we're about 30 minutes away from our Zoom afterwards, and we're going to say join us there. 8:30 p.m. If you want to join us, you can do. Simple as that. Just all you need is Zoom. Excuse me. All you need is Zoom. And if you head on over to our webpage, which is scrolling at the bottom there, yeah, let's get above it, thevoicecloud.co.uk/Zoom, you will find the Zoom details, the link, the meeting ID, and the password, and you can just join us there at 8:30 p.m. Okay. So what else have we got? Adam Barnard. It always reminds me of Nan. Bless it. Yeah, me, Adam. So Adam's Nan was Glennis, who I just mentioned, and yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if you commented that before I said that, Adam, or not, but either way, yeah, me too. Sarah Jordan, she's having a go. I think leasty is a keen and biting wind. Yeah, maybe. We'll find out. And then Linda Boyce says leasty, something on the lee side. So the other thing I'm going to mention is we, Paul and myself and our organisation, the Voice Cloud, we've been doing a series of talks called Connections, and we've been doing those over Wednesdays in March, and we've had some wonderful sessions on various subjects, and we are going to extend those over the next year on a monthly basis, and we have scheduled in the first one, which actually is going to be on Wednesday the 28th of April. We are very excited because we have secured a wonderful speaker called Mike Chalice, and Mike Chalice is a sound recordist who works for the Suffolk Wildlife Trust, and he has a real kind of expertise, I guess would be fair to say, in the sound of birds, not just birds but wildlife, songbirds, migratory birds, birds of prey, and how to identify them from song. And so we thought it would be suitable as we move into spring to schedule in a session with Mike. So just like the other connections, it's free to attend, and the idea is that it gives people something to do as we continue in our restrictions and as we move out of them into post-pandemic. It's not a shanty thing, but we do like to give it a bit of an advertisement on here. It's free to attend. All you do is you go to www.thevoicecloud.co.uk/connections, and you just sign up there. We are expecting that one will be very popular, just like Ivan's was last week. We were on Zoom, but we did actually almost get to full capacity on that. So we would say if you're interested in going along, you'd need to book up fairly quick. But anyway, look, I'm going to give you a song now. This is fairly new to the Rogue Shanty Chorus repertoire. It's number 55, and yeah, I'm going to bring up the lyrics on screen. And it's a song called "The Rambling Rover" by the wonderful Scotsman Andy Stewart. I'll just grab my guitar. It's a funny song. It's a cheeky song. It's a lovely song, and it's new to us. If you want to join, you'll find it in your folders in number 55, between 54 and 56. If you don't have a folder, no worries. We've got the lyrics for you. Okay, and tune a string there. So talk amongst yourselves. Close enough. Oh, the sober men are plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 who have never yet kissed a girl. Give me a rambling rover, free Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. I have roamed through all the nations, ta'en delight in all creations, and enjoyed a wee sensation when the company did prove kind. And when pardon was no pleasure, I drunk another measure to the good friends that we treasure, for they'll always be on my mind. Oh, the sober men are plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 who have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a rambling rover, free Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. There's many who feign employment from merciless enjoyment. Their ambition was this deployment from the minute they left the school. And they save and scrape and ponder, while the rest go out and squander. See the world and rove and wonder, and they're happier as a rule. Oh, the sober men are plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 who have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a rambling rover, free Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. If you're bent with arthritis, your bowels have got colitis, or so conjunctivitis, and you're thinking it's time you died. If you've been a man of action, as you're lying there in traction, you will gain some satisfaction, thinking, Jesus, at least I've tried. Oh, the sober men are plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 who have never yet kissed a girl. Give me a rambling rover, free Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. Oh, the sober men are plenty, and drunkards barely 20. There are men of over 90 who have never yet kissed a girl. But give me a rambling rover, free Orkney down to Dover. We will roam the country over, and together we'll face the world. Yeah, I love that. So just reading a quick message there. It's to do with the shanty thread. I'm not just reading. I'm not just looking at different messages. The wildlife session is not on. No, it's not. Do you know we've updated the page, but we've not published it. I do apologize. So if you were checking that earlier, let's get rid of these blinking lyrics. If you're listening to that just now, our wildlife session, which will be on let's find it, Wednesday the 28th of April, listen to wildlife with Mike Chalice and how to identify wildlife sounds and birdsong. Do check back in the next day or two. Okay, we'll make sure we publish it soon. Okay, it's up there and it's ready. But it's not quite there yet. So we're a little bit premature there, and I do apologize. So anyway, look, let's go to some comments. I think we've done Linda Boyce. Yeah. Oh, this is good. David and Janet on YouTube in 1080p, I would say, full 1080p. Facebook, they squish everything down to 720, which is not bad when you got this mug. But Janet and David are watching in full HD. They say a wind coming from the opposite side to weather. That sounds like they know, doesn't it? That really does. And they could well be right. Sally Hardman says, leasty, the smallest thing, like the runt of a litter. I see what you did, Sally, and I like that. Certainly, it sounds plausible, doesn't it? Absolutely. Carly Franklin says, I like this song. Always makes me smile singing this song. Me too. Yeah. Michelle Gallagher, 3 claps. Sally Hardman, 3 claps. Marianne goes for the 4. Thanks, Marianne. Sarah John says, I like this one. Yeah. Sue Day says, love that song, Ramblin' Rover. Me too. Absolutely. So, look, I'm going to do... what else am I going to do? I guess I'll do another song since Paul isn't here. Let's see what we had planned. Of course, we had it all planned. And I think it's going to be... Yeah, I'm going to do you this song now. Spanish Ladies, Farewell and Adieu to You. Spanish Ladies, number 19 in the book. And goes like this. Farewell and adieu to you, Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to you, ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail for old England, but we hope in a short time to see you again. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Usher to Scilly, it's 35 leagues. We hove our ship to, with the wind from southwest, boys. We hove our ship to, for to strike soundings clear. 45 fathoms with a white sandy bottom. So we squared up our main yard and up channel to make. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and we'll roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Usher to Scilly is 35 leagues. Then the first land we sighted was called the Dotman. Next Rainhead off Plymouth, then Portland and the White. We sailed by Beachy, by Fairlight and Dungeness, and then we bore up for the South Foreland line. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. Rant and roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Usher to Scilly is 35 leagues. Then the signal was made for the Grand Fleet to anchor, and all in the Downs that night for to lie. Let go your champagne, let go your catstop, haul up your clue garnets, let tacks and sheets fly. We'll rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Usher to Scilly, it's 35 leagues. Now let every man drink off his full bumper, and let every man drink off his full glass. We'll drink and be jolly and drown melancholy, and here's to the health of each true-hearted lass. We'll rant and roar like true British sailors. We'll rant and roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Usher to Scilly is 35 leagues. Rant and we'll roar like true British sailors. Rant and roar all on the salt sea until we strike soundings in the channel of old England. From Usher to Scilly is 35 leagues. And so that Spanish Ladies needs no introduction, except to say the beautiful one, which I most enjoy as a quote about that song is it was said by, and I can't remember who, but there is no sweeter song that expresses the home calling of a sailor to his native land. So anyway, let's move on. I'm going to do a couple of comments, I think, if we have any. No, just Sarah Jordan. Thank you, Sarah. 4 claps there. Did you do 3 before? No, she just said I like this one. So she moved it up to 4. Thank you very much. I'm going to just very quickly mention our funders because they've been very supportive in allowing us to continue to try and stay connected with people in an imperfect way. I certainly would admit and underline. We would much prefer that we would be physically meeting along with our wonderful Rogue Shanty Chorus, who you can see in this picture here, at our beloved base, the Seagull Theatre in Lowestoft. But obviously we can't. We can't do that. It's not safe to do so. And we also know that even if we could, it would exclude a lot of people, really, who are members of ours, who either are extremely clinically vulnerable or have some anxieties about meeting together. We did do a couple of meetings in, I'm going to say, October last year, and we were COVID compliant. We were we were as safe as we could be. And we did a lot of work to make sure that we stayed safe. But shortly after those two meetings, the British government said that we were going to go into another lockdown. And so we haven't been able to meet. We hope to, at some point fairly soon, make a decision on when we can announce that we will start to recommence some socially distanced rehearsals. But anyway, for now, we're here. We're online, and it certainly means that we can broaden our reach geographically. And we do enjoy the fact that we can do that because we have some wonderful people joining from various countries. And we thank you very much for your comments, and we also thank you very much for your intercultural input. And we know actually from a recent feedback form that we did online that many people value that. So if you're from a different country to many of our rogues, or in fact, if you are a rogue in our country, in the UK or in England, and you have offered some kind of intercultural exchange to people from other countries, then just be encouraged that people who come along and watch these sessions love that. Okay, so thank you very much. So I'm trying to avoid the temptation of doing one of Paul's songs, or a song that Paul said he was gonna do, but I think I'm just gonna do it because he's not here, so he can't complain. So this is a song by Sir Hugh S. Robertson, and it's written circa 1920s in kind of reaction to Mingle, the Isle of Mingle being vacated, no longer lived in. So and obviously a very sentimental song to Hugh Robertson, or Sir Hugh S. Robertson. And this is the Mingle boat song, if you didn't guess it. Number 47. It goes like this. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys, heave her head round to the weather. Heel yo ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingle. What care we though white the minches? What care we, boys, the wind and weather, when we know that every inch is closer homeward to Mingle. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys, heave her head round to the weather. Heel ya ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward to Mingle. Wives are waiting by the pier head, gazing seaward from the heather. Heave her head round, and we'll anchor ere the sun sets on Mingle. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys, heave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys, sailing homeward in Mingle. Ships returning, heavy laden, mothers hauling, bands are crying. We'll return, boys, when the sun sets. We'll return home to Mingle. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Heave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingle. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Heave her head round to the weather. Heel your ho, boys, let her go, boys. Sailing homeward to Mingle. Sailing homeward to Mingle. Sailing homeward to Mingle. Hugh S. Robertson, sir, no, nonetheless, with the Mingle boat song. And Linda says, it reminds me of going to watch my lovely dad come home from the drifter season. Linda, what a lovely, I can just picture that. Absolutely. And I didn't even know your dad. Sue Day puts a heart there. Yeah, my sentiments exactly. Michelle, she's done 4 claps there. And then Sarah Jordan says, absolutely love this. Reminds me of a granddad who was in the Navy for years. Maybe that, I don't know if that was per the last song, Sarah, or this one, but either way, thank you very much. And yeah, Adam Barnard says, great song, Miss John singing it. Yeah, so a lot of our beloved rogues who are no longer with us, we're remembering tonight. So and then Sally says, nicely done. Well, Sally, thank you. I believe not as nicely done as John, your John would and does do it. But anyway, look, I'm gonna move on because I'm gonna just probably a little bit early. I'm gonna reveal our word, leasty or lesty. We don't always assume the pronunciation because he doesn't always point it out for us. But on this occasion, this week, it's very relevant, at least to the UK, because leasty, according to Edward Moore in his book Suffolk Words and Phrases, 1823, means dull, wet weather. Dull, wet weather. Now, I can't remember if anybody was kind of on the right track there. I don't know if you were, but anyway, whether or not you were, thanks for having a guess. Thanks for having a go, because it's such a rubbish competition. You don't win anything. We ask you not to cheat, and we don't thank you for entering, do we? But hey ho, Sarah, thank you. It's Mingle, yeah. Lovely song. Now I'm gonna look for something that's gonna take us a bit upbeat towards the end. Let's see what we got. And I think I'm gonna do. Yes, I am. I'm going to grab my guitar for this one, and I'm going to remind you that although we've got 6 minutes left exactly, I'm going to remind you that we are going over to Zoom at 8:30 p.m. That's BST. We're now BST, British Summertime, no longer GMT. At 8:30 p.m. If you'd like to join us, please do. Simple as that. But a big proviso: it only works if you're watching us live. Okay. Now, if you get this little thing here that says live above in the top, I'm going to say top left corner. Hopefully that's the same for you. That means you're watching live. Okay. If you're watching this and it doesn't show that little red box that says live, you can't join us on Zoom because it's already been and gone. But wherever you are in the world, we're doing it at 8:30 p.m. BST, just for 30 minutes, quite strictly. Okay. And it's a shanty chat. But of course, you don't have to bring your shanty chat. If you don't know much about shanties and you want to join us, just come on over. Okay, come on over to Zoom. 8:30 p.m. And if you want to join us, all the details are at www.thevoicecloud.co.uk/Zoom. Okay. Anyway, look, time is a getting on, and I'm gonna have to employ a pedal for this one because the boy can't multitask. Now, this is a great song. I think maybe we've done it once here. I'm gonna take this monitor out, and it's a song. It's a song about supposedly about a man who actually lived called John Henry, and often as these songs go, the song is called "The Ballad of John Henry." You know, so it's an original title, given that it's about John Henry, and the song itself is extremely biographical, so I don't need to mention much. Although one thing I will say is that on the account we found, which was on Alan Lomax's archival website, he had an account of somebody who talked about the actual John Henry, who was a chain worker, and he was apparently a very short guy, somewhere around 5'4", 5'3", but this man noted that for every year the legend of John Henry grew and the tales were recanted, he grew an inch to eventually become something like 6'7", but apparently he was a very small guy. So anyway, this is John Henry. Goes maybe goes something like this. Put some on there. John Henry was a little baby sitting on his daddy's knee. He picked up a hammer and a little piece of steel. That hammer's gonna be the death of me, Lord, Lord, hey, hammer's gonna be the death of me. The captain, he said to John Henry, I'm gonna squeeze you around. I'm gonna bring that steam drill out on these tracks. I'm gonna knock that steel on down. God, God, I'm gonna knock that steel on down. John Henry told his captain, Lord, a man ain't nothing but a man. Before I let that steam drill beat me down, I'm gonna die with a hammer in my hand. Lord, I'm gonna die with a hammer in my hand. John Henry driving on the right side, that steam drill driving on the ground. Says, before I let your steam drill beat me on down, I'm gonna hammer myself to death. Lord, Lord, I'm gonna hammer my fool self to death. Well, John Henry said to his shaker, shaker, why don't you sing me sing? Cause I'm swinging 30 pounds from my hips on down, yeah. Listen to my cold steel ring, Lord, Lord, hey. Listen to my cold steel ring. John Henry hammered in the mountains. His hammer was striking fire, but he worked so hard it broke his heart. John Henry laid his hammer down and died. Lord, Lord, oh, John Henry laid it down and died. Well, every Monday morning, when the bluebird he began to sing, you could hear John Henry from a mile or more. You could hear John Henry's hammer ring. Lord, Lord, you could hear John Henry hammer's ring. Say, you hear John Henry hammers ring. Lord, Lord, you can hear John Henry's hammer ring. John Henry, certainly American. I didn't mention before. American by origin, American by collection. Dorflinger, we mentioned him earlier. William Main Dorflinger's folk song, archivist and ethnomusicologist collected that song. So did Alan Lomax. It's on his cultural archival website. And enough said. Look, we're going to head over right now to Zoom, as the banner says. Now heading over to Zoom. I'm going to say thanks very much for listening. I'm going to pop some lyrics up as we go. But once again, thank you. We'll be here next week, and see you all later.